Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this, you're most likely really interested in seeing what it would be like to be 1 week post-op VSG. I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy a week ago, which was November 30th, 2016, and I got it done at Mount Sinai St. Luke's in New York City. So let me just start off with my stats. So my highest weight ever was 279 pounds, and that was basically like a week before I had my vertical sleeve. So that was like very recent, my highest weight. And during that time, the reason why like my weight went up was because like I had like school, and I kind of already knew like what my surgery day was gonna be, so I can say I really did indulge in the food that I shouldn't have, and I knew that I wasn't probably gonna be able to eat after having the surgery. So I could definitely say that I gained a lot of weight in the past 6 months. I would say I gained like 20 pounds. Okay, but let's go back to the stats. So I was highest weight 279 pounds, and on the day of surgery my weight was 275 pounds. So right now I'm 1 week post-op, and I recently had my appointment with my doctor, my surgeon, and my nutritionist, and I am currently 259 pounds, which means that I lost 16 pounds during 1 week of my surgery, and I lost a total of roughly 20 pounds from my highest weight ever, which was probably like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, let me just tell you what my journey was like. So basically I had to do 6 months of pre-op. I was doing that because I had to get approval from my insurance, and they required me to do 6 months, and during those 6 months I had to do monthly weigh-ins, and I had to go to meetings, and I had to make sure I had to do mental health assessment, I had to do sleep apnea test, I had to do like a whole bunch of stuff. And during that time I found out that I do have sleep apnea, and it was pretty bad, and I was given a CPAP, but for now let's just stick with VSG. So I did that for 6 months, and then on my last month of the 6 months I had my last meeting with my surgeon, and he told me that everything was good, and I was ready to have surgery, and we made the schedule, which was last week on the 29th. And so yeah, I had like 1 month in between that last 6 month and the time of my surgery, and during that time I kind of had just graduated from school, and like even with the 6 months, like I was underneath like so much stress with school, so I gained weight during that time. It was 20 pounds, and yeah, so I gained all that weight, and I kind of was eating food that I shouldn't have. And most of the time when I see videos like this, a lot of the people do lose weight before their surgery. I, on the other hand, gained weight, and I kind of like ate semi-bad. So coming up to the day of the surgery, I met with my anesthesiologist team a week before surgery, and they told me basically what's gonna happen that day, what to expect. They did like all my vital signs and asked for allergies, etc. And then from there we had like a nutrition class, and they told us that for 2 days, luckily my hospital only required 2 days of just a full liquid diet. And you may not have the same experience as me, but basically I'm just telling you how my situation was. So I had 2 days of a full liquid diet, and that included sugar-free Jello, sugar-free Gatorade, sugar-free juice, Crystal Light, water, and like broth. So I had that for 2 days, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. The day of my surgery, I had to come in 5 in the morning and do admission, and then I did admission, we did all of the paperwork, and then at around 6 or 7 in the morning, yeah, at like around 6, I went up to the surgical floor, and I just filled out some paperwork saying like what items I had, and then they moved me into the other room Really quick TMI story. So I had my period during the time, so I was like scared shitless, sorry, but because I was like scared, like I'm gonna have my period, that's disgusting, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be sitting on the bed just bleeding out there. And luckily they let me use a pad and like underwear, but usually you're supposed to go in there, you know, butt naked with your, you know, yeah. So if you're scared about that, people never ever talk about this, so it's good to know if anybody wants to know. So yeah, so I went into the surgical room area, and then I said bye to my family, and then I walked in, and that was the start of everything. They wheeled me into surgery, the OR room, and then I stood up, and they told me lay down on the bed thing. It was like a cube, like a metal cube, I don't know, and it had like a sheet on it. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about any of that stuff. It was just like I was just in there, just I had no clue what was going on. So I like got on the thing. They're like, make sure you're centered. I go on, and then he's like, how's the music? Because he asked me what kind of music I liked, and like he told me, okay, I'm gonna start your medication. So like all after that, after he said that, I don't remember anything at all. Like literally I woke up and like I had my surgery already. I was like, whoa, what just happened? And they told me that like my surgery was like an hour long, and it was just, that was it. It was done. The deed was done. And I was in the recovery room. I remember waking up and my pain was like a 7 out of 10, which wasn't that excruciating, but like I'm someone who has like a really low pain tolerance, so it was pretty bad. And yeah, like my nurse, she kind of didn't want to give me pain medication. That's like a whole nother story, which I don't even really want to talk about that. Like it was a really bad situation, but it wasn't like the whole hospital. It was just like my nurse. She was pretty bad. She didn't want to give me medication, and eventually like I just started crying and like telling her like, look miss, I need some medication, please give me some medication. So I was in the PACU for like 10 hours, way longer than what's considered normal. And basically during that time I was just in and out of sleep. Pain was there. It was uncomfortable. It's definitely like, the word for it is definitely like super uncomfortable. Like it wasn't the most excruciating pain, but it was very uncomfortable. It was not like something that you would typically feel, and obviously not, because you just had surgery. So yeah, it was uncomfortable. And then eventually I got a room, and that was like on the like floor where like basically everyone there is kind of like stable already, and like, you know, anesthesia already wore off, so basically you can like walk around and just drink your fluids, watch TV, and just recover. And I managed to go upstairs at around 11 o'clock. And the next morning, they came into my room and they said, hey, you can have breakfast now. So prior to that, actually, I forgot to talk about, was like while I was in the recovery room, I had waited 6 hours until I could drink fluids. So during that, there is like 6 hours after my surgery, so like I got liquids around 4 o'clock. So from 4 to like the rest of the day, I was drinking like cold water, and I had to drink from like these tiny, I don't have the cup with me, but basically like cups like this big but smaller. So this is like a 2 ounce, this is 2.5 ounces. So basically like when you have your surgery, like the first time that you start drinking, you're only allowed to drink like 1 ounce for that whole hour. And then after that, like you start to gradually increase. So like I did one for the first hour, 1 ounce. The second hour I did 1 ounce. And then after that, they increased it to 2 ounces. And like the whole goal from my surgery was to be able to drink 4 ounces. So this is 2 ounces. So like this is 2.5, but let's say 2 ounces, right? So 2 ounces is up to here. I had to drink 2 of this amount by like gradually and continuously, and be able to like keep it down and not throw up. So I was doing really well. I was just drinking cold water, super ice cold water. People were saying that they loved hot water or whatever. I was very different. I loved cold water. So everybody's situation is different. So yeah, the next day or morning, I got my breakfast tray, and I don't really remember what I had. Wait. I had tea, I had chicken broth, and I think I had Jello. And then, so yeah, so basically I just had to do my cup thing and just keep gradually increasing until I got to 4 ounces. I roughly had like 6 hours to try to figure out like how to get the water down to the 4 ounces thing. So, which worked out well, because like I got discharged at a good time, because I wanted to get out at 7 o'clock just for like getting home wise. So yeah, so I just basically just drank the drink, documented it, walked around, and mainly like just the whole thing about liquids was very important, but at the same time like they kind of wanted you to pass gas. Other than that, that was just my experience. It was an interesting experience being a patient like overnight. It's very interesting. If you've never been to a hospital, it's just not what you would expect. Or maybe like, I don't know, like I kind of work in the like medical field, so I kind of know what it is, but like just being on the other side of being the patient, it's just like a different situation. So like when I came home, I still had pain. I was still pretty weak. I was still tired, and like the first few days I was tired, but like I was up during the day, I was drinking my fluids, and basically every hour I was just drinking 4 ounces of fluid, 4 ounces of fluid, 4 ounces of fluid, and that was basically the goal for like 1 week. And during the whole week I had to drink the same exact thing that I did for pre-op, which was the sugar-free drinks and the protein shakes. So I had to do that for 1 week, and I'm currently now on my Perrier stage. So my diet now kind of consists of soft food, like really soft scrambled eggs, and like just basically like pureed food, soft fish. And I was super excited. Like I was so happy that I was able to eat again, because I was just starving, super duper starving. I actually ate already today, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely something to like get used to. I haven't thrown up, I don't feel nauseous, I haven't like had a bad reaction. So I would say like my recovery has been really great, and I could honestly say that like I hear about horrible experiences about like pain and nausea, and I feel like I just got really lucky, and I'm so thankful that you know, I didn't have nausea, and I didn't have a lot of pain, and I didn't need to use my pain medication when I got home, and I'm able to walk, and I'm able to go up staircases. And it's just I just hear a lot of stories about being very weak and tired, and if you are lucky, maybe you'll have a similar experience to me. But I just want to let you know that like it's not, you don't have to expect the worst, because like it doesn't really mean that like, oh, like everybody had a horrible experience, so obviously I'm gonna have a horrible experience. There are good experiences, and I was just lucky to be one of those people. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty sure I'm very awkward to watch, So yeah, hopefully I get better at doing this. But if you're watching this, which I don't even think anybody's gonna watch this, thank you for watching. And if you had your surgery already before, if you're thinking about having your surgery, leave some comments below. I would love to see people's journeys. I would love to talk to people who've had the surgery around the same time as me and see how everybody's doing, and you know how the whole process is. So thanks so much for watching, and I will update you guys on 2 weeks post-op. All right, bye.